All right, media, thank you for joining the last day of the week of player exit interviews for the 2021 LA Sparks. We've heard from 9 players this week. Today we'll hear from Erica Wheeler and Taya Cooper. We will start with Rashawn Haylock of Spectrum Sportsnet. And for those joining, please use the raise hand function and we'll call on you based on that.
Hey, Erica, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Where do you believe you made the biggest strides as a player this season?
Individually or collectively?
Individually.
Just stepping in a situation that nobody had expectation that I'll do well, and I think I did well. I mean, I played all 32 games by the grace of God, no injuries, and really just allow Fish to lead me and my team, and I think I did fairly well.
I know you and Fish, had quite the dynamic during the season. What's the biggest nugget maybe that he shared with you that allowed you to have the year that you had?
Just the point guard mentality. The way he viewed the game, the way he slows the game down, his ability to give information in very strange moments where I have brain fart or where I'm struggling, and he just know how to bring me back to the game. So I think that's very special of him. Just knowing me within a couple of months, being able to figure out how he can bring me back to the game when I'm having my down moments.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Got it.
Thanks, Rashawn. We'll go to Tukni Nguyen with the LA Times.
Hey, Erica, good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Speaking to Coach Fish, how would you describe the culture that he's trying to build with the Sparks that makes it unique and encourages you for the future of this program?
Oh, you was breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah. How would you describe the culture that Derek is building here at the Sparks? And what about it encourages you for the future of this franchise?
I think he's building a very defensive team and a mentality to, never back down from anybody. Because if you think about it, we had a lot of injuries this year, probably played with 7 players that didn't even think that they'll play the amount of minutes that they did. And I think he did a great job of preparing us and getting us ready, the whole coaching staff. So just with him being able to piece, games together with, 7 players that had no idea they'll be in a starting rotation early on, I think he's building a culture that's going to be scary later on. And that's just with defense, and he's just bringing some more offensive power as well.
Thank you, Tukni. We'll go to Kahari Jones Jr. with the LA Sentinel.
Hey, what's going on, Erica?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, you just had the best season of your career, and then I noticed you inspire a lot of young girls to play basketball around the world. Mm-hmm. And your camp sold out in like 30 minutes to an hour. Can you elaborate on just what it means to you to just really just put on for the culture and show girls just how to play sports and stuff like that?
I mean, I know what it's like growing up as a kid, wanting to meet WNBA players, wanting to go to camps, and my mom not being able to afford it, or my coaches just don't have the time to bring me or even have the money to, pay for it for me. So for me, I pride myself on giving these young girls the opportunity to know what it feels like to get, high level training. And then not too many WNBA players go back to where they're from and, allow these kids who had the same dreams as you to be in the WNBA, to see them in the flesh. So I think it's important that I'm there from the start to the end so they can see what it's like to see hard work and to see someone who appreciate their job as much as, they love playing it. So for me, I pride myself on being able to give them that opportunity and giving my time, because at the end of the day, like, time is very limited with us. So for me to make it the camp free and for Adidas to back me up and make sure everything is covered, I think that just says a lot about Adidas brand itself. And then just to be on this WNBA platform and pushing the LA Sparks into Miami as well, I think it's super important because these kids dream to be where I'm at. So I I don't mind being an example to show them that they can be whatever they want.
We'll go to Chris Camella with Nightcast Media.
Hey, Erica, how you doing?
How you doing, Chris?
Doing well. Great season, by the way. How do you think, you talked about, I remember day one, being a leader on this team. How do you think you did in that regard, and what did you learn about yourself in that leadership role?
How do you think I did, Chris? You've been here since day one, right? What you think? Give me your take.
I thought you did a great job, considering all the issues that the team had this year with the injuries and whatnot. You played in all 32 games, so the best ability is availability at times. So I thought you did a great job in that matter. But how do you think you did trying to lead this team through adversity game in and game out? Because I can't imagine that was easy.
It wasn't, but when you believe in your coach and the system that he's trying to build, and for him to give me the trust that he gave me early on, like I said, I only knew Fish for when I met you guys. I met Fish the same time. So for him to put that much trust in me and allow me to lead my team, even though we had some injuries, really our back was against the wall from the start, just not being able to play in the Staples from the start. Just not having NECA, not having Shanae and Christy, like it was tough. But at the end of the day, as a leader, like when you're back against the wall, you have soldiers to step up. And I think, the other 8, 9, 7 at times stepped up and did what they need to do. And for me, like I'm a leader. So whatever's going to get thrown at me, I'm going to step up to the plate. And that's what Fish, believes in me to do. So that's what I did.
We'll go to B. Terrell with Made for the W and Winsider.
Hey, Erica. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What's up, B?
Nothing much. So yesterday I had a moment. I logged into the Adidas website and I saw your face there. And I immediately had to grab that hoodie.
Yeah.
You spoke about the life-changing opportunities for yourself and your family through working with Adidas. What has that moment been like for you walking in these stores and seeing your face everywhere? Obviously, we saw the billboard, but now in stores, like what has that been like for you and what does it mean?
Honestly, it's breathtaking. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because every other day someone is tagging me in a different city, in a different state that they see me in my Adidas store. For me, I knew it was global, but I didn't know it was going to be in every Adidas store that mankind made in all 50 states and also even overseas. So for me, I think it just shows that women are becoming an image that, the world can look up to. And Adidas is really putting women out there to succeed and just push the agenda. And the campaign was called Live in Your True Stripes. And everybody knows my story, how I got to the WNBA is not black and white. It's a lot of different colors of how I got here. So for Adidas to believe in me and to put me out in front, not knowing, only knowing that I was just undrafted and I became an all-star MVP, the first one ever to, do that and to really put me on a big campaign like that when we have crazy roster on Adidas. So for them to do that for me, it just shows the respect that they have for my career and what I've done to get to this point. And honestly, I think it's just LA, man. LA just creates a different type of drive that makes people just get excited. So I definitely give the Spark some credit for that as well.
Thank you for the great turnout. I do see 4 more hands. We'll try to go quick here. I have a couple more minutes. We'll go to Sabrina Merchant with SB Nation.
Hey, Erica. I think it's safe to say you feel good about your decision to sign with the Sparks during the offseason.
Oh, absolutely. I have no question about it.
What are you hoping the team can improve on heading into next year?
That's the Fish question. I'm just a player. Of course that we're gonna have some conversations to, talk about some things, but I leave the boss to make all those decisions about what he wants to do. I'm just behind him, ready to do whatever he decides.
Go to Michael Matthew with the Good News Network.
Yo, what's up, Erica? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
So my question for you, you being a point guard, which ways do you think that the team can grow offensively?
And then second question will be for yourself. Is there a certain aspect of your game that you're going to be looking to work on and to improve for next year?
I'll answer the second one first. I always improve my game every year. If you look at the numbers, they don't lie. And just add different things to my game to put my team in different positions, and so I won't be as predictable. I think I did make a statement of, you got to play me a little different next year. And then also your first question, I'm gonna leave that up to Fish, whatever he decide. Like I just said, I'm gonna back him in whatever he decide, and that's what I'm rolling with.
We'll go to Sean Meadow with Queen Ballers Club.
Hey, Erica. I just wanted to ask you about your relationship with Taya and, how it transfers from off the court to on the court and where you see her career going.
Man, me and Taya's family, my family and her family are super close. She live in Atlanta, I live in Atlanta. That's my little sister, and when you close with someone like that, it makes it so much easier to play with, and it's so much, fun to play with each other. And also, Taya, she's a TikToker. She wants to have fun every moment of the day. So with that type of energy, you always want that around because it's positive. She's always smiling. So it's super easy to play with someone who's always smiling and never really have a care in the world, man. She's always happy. I don't know how she do it, but she'll just always find a way to just be happy and just have fun. So super easy to play with her. Super proud of her as well. For her second year to actually play in the WNBA, like to be in market and not in a bubble, to the way she stepped up in moments where she had 20 points and then play the best defender. So super proud of her this year.
Rashad Milligan.
Good morning, Erica. Just a couple of quick off the court questions. First one, after the season, it seems like you retweeted every single person that has mentioned your name in these end of the season crossovers. Kind of what just went into that decision?
I do that year round, man. I just respect the fact that people watch the game, man. Like it's a lot of people that don't respect the women's game. So I just try to always show love as much as I can. And social media allow me to do that. So in the past, week or two has been pretty hectic for me with, these highlights. So it's kind of hard to get to everybody during that time and then also focus on trying to make playoffs during the time. So I couldn't do it then. So I was like, okay, I got some time. Let me retweet at least everybody who at least mentioned my name just to show them that I appreciate them even watching the W and then even just supporting me. So I appreciate that. I know a couple of people that became fans of the W in this past week. So I just wanted to show my appreciation to that because, we always want people to watch the game and see how great we are.
Last one, John, because you've covered us for 3 years. I'm gonna give one more question. John W. Davis of Winsider, or now Southern California News Group. Sorry, got a promotion. Say congrats.
Appreciate it.
What's going on, Erica? How you feeling?
How you doing, John? Congrats, man. You got a promotion out here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So my question is related to what you were talking about earlier. You were talking about how every offseason from the WNBA, you want to improve your game. So let's say, for instance, like having a more consistent three-point shot. How do you work on improving that, yet still having, overseas commitments where somebody's paying you to help win basketball games?
I mean, that's part of the game. That's part of the women's game, I'd rather say. But the crazy thing is that you mentioned my 3-point percentages. This is my first year that it wasn't that good. I think because I had more of a responsibility here, and which is fine. I'm adapting, I'm adjustable to any situation that I'm in. But definitely overseas, it's kind of hard to add to your game. But like my trainer said, you add to your game within games. When you're in practice, you if it's a certain move that you want to do, just work on it in practice because you're gonna play against your teammates in practice. So work on it in practice. And just when you playing the games overseas, just be consistent. That's my main thing for me. I think that is just being consistent. I don't think I can add anything else crazy to my game that's gonna just make me a wild player. I think I've gained the respect from the world already that I'm a solidified player. So it's just being more consistent and yeah, that's really it, being more consistent.
Thank you so much. All right, media, last up this week is Taya Cooper. Please use the raise hand function to ask a question. We'll start with Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, Taya, good morning.
Good morning.
What were some of the biggest strides you made this season individually, and what are some things that you want to hone in on this offseason?
I think just delivering when my name was called and being there for my teammates, and then my role changing and doing everything that I could. I think looking back, I did better than I thought I did. And yeah, I'm proud of that.
Did you kind of view this as like an extension of your rookie season, or were there times out there you felt kind of more like a vet? Like, how was it? Obviously you started in the bubble last year, and this year, you're traveling and things for the first time. How did you view it, and how was it dealing with that?
I feel like last year in the bubble, everything was new for everybody. So I mean, like, it kind of was different all over, whether I was a rookie or a vet, or the vets felt however they felt. It was still new for everybody. So I think this year it was the same thing, being that, this was our first season outside of the bubble for a lot of us. And then a lot of people came back who didn't play in the bubble. So I think that it was just new, and my role changed. And whether I was a rookie or a vet, they made me feel comfortable and that they believed in me. And that's really all that mattered to me. So feeling like a rookie or a vet, it really, I don't really think it's a thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rashawn. We'll go to Kahari Jones Jr. with the LA Sentinel.
Hey, what's going on, Taya? Hey, you just found out that you led the team in offensive fouls drawn, and also you did a video with Fire Ignited. Can you just talk about just how motivated are you going into like this next season? Just thinking about everything you accomplished.
I'm super motivated. I think that although this year didn't go as planned, we grew so much as a team and as a new not organization, but like as a new team with everybody being in different positions. And we have so much to look forward to, being that this is just the beginning.
Thanks, Kahari. We'll go to Chris Camello with Nightcast Media.
Hey, Tay, good morning. Thanks for taking the time. Those last 4 games were just absolutely tremendous. And, one can make the argument that you were a big reason why the team was in a position to make the playoffs, you stepping up. How do you build on that? And what did you see that made you just go off like that? Like, was there a certain thing that was just like, I think I found something here. Now I got to continue to build on that.
Absolutely. I think just playing free, believing in myself, and then just really this offseason focusing on being consistent and finding ways to just stay consistently throughout the season. And yeah, I think that was it for me, really just being consistent. I think it was a little up and down. So like finding consistency, even when when everything is like all over the place, you never know, but still finding consistency in myself and just, keeping that going.
Just a quick follow-up. Did starting kind of help in that matter as well?
I don't know. I think it would look like that. But I don't know, because I had one of my best games off the bench. So I honestly don't know.
True. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Thanks, Chris. We'll go to Tukni Nguyen with the LA Times.
Hey, Jay, good to see you. So speaking to the end of the season, you guys stayed in the playoff hunt until literally the last shot. So what makes you most encouraged about the future of this franchise with the way you guys really fought to the end of the season?
I think that being all that stuff that we went through, and for us to even still have a shot in playoffs, like, I think it speaks volumes. We like literally so much happened, and for us to still have a chance or an opportunity to even make it all the way up to the end, I think that speaks a lot for us, and we have so much to look forward to.
In your mind, what is like the next evolution of this franchise next year? You guys have a lot of pieces coming back.
Really being healthy for one, and then just continuing to believe in Fish and his plan and his vision. And I think we're going to be perfectly fine because what he has in place and what he's trying to get us all to connect on is great. So I feel like once we do that and we all connect on all cylinders, we're going to be all right.
Thank you. We'll go to Rashad Milligan.
Hey, Taya, good morning. A couple of off the court questions. The first one is, do you have any pregame superstitions? And if so, like how did they come about? And then the second question is, now with the season being over, how excited are you to get over back to Atlanta and watch Sharif start in College Park in Atlanta this year?
Your first question, superstition. I feel like when I think about the game, like when it's not just like if I wake up and I'm thinking too much, then I think that's like I gotta find something to just forget that I'm playing basketball. And then when I wake up and I don't even think about it, I'm like, okay, and it's a regular day, I'm good. So I guess thinking too much.
Okay. And Sharif?
Oh, I'm super excited. When we played in Atlanta, I had got a chance to get in the gym with him, and we was working out, and just to see him, playing and being out there with them, it's so heartwarming. I'm so excited. I can't wait. You already know. I got my whole fit planned out for the first game. Sitting courtside. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Go to John W. Davis with Southern California News Group.
Taya, basketball is one of those sports where you can get better two ways. Like you can get better, practicing skills and developing in a gym, by yourself and working out. But then you can also get better by just simply playing more 5-on-5 basketball. How do you balance that in the off season? Because I guess it's my understanding that you don't plan on playing overseas like most of the players.
I think that, I play with men a lot, so they speed me up a ton. And there's just speed and quickness and their vision and how, quick their reads are. I think that'll prepare you whether you go overseas or not. I still could play pickup. I still could work out. I think that having the time to sit back after a full season and being able to work on individual things, like specifically, I get to just be in the gym and spend time on myself. I think that is very beneficial. And I don't have to deal with injuries and stuff. I get to do a lot of treatment. I get to get my body right. So it's a lot of benefits, honestly. And I think that staying ready is just like being in the gym, whether it's individual, 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, situational. I think it's a lot of things that you can do.
Go to B. Terrell with Winsider and Made for the W.
Hey, Taya, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
All right. So you've played a big part in bringing new fans to the W and have a lot of girls and young boys looking up to you as one of the new generation of players. How important is it to that you're using your platform, and what does it mean to you to have those youngins looking up to you?
It's amazing, honestly. I think that for the first time, it actually hit me when we had a home game against Seattle, and I had went to the bathroom during the game, and I came back and like everybody was over the park, the little tunnel part where we come in, and it was just screaming to the top of their lungs, and there was a whole bunch of people. And that was the first time I got nervous, and I like ran through and I just screamed, and like that was like the most craziest moment I've ever felt in my life, because I've never felt like that. I don't really get nervous, and I'm kind of used to it, so it's like, hey everybody, and I love it. But that was the first time I was ever nervous. So honestly, having fans again is crazy because I didn't even know I had that much love in places I ain't been yet. So that was exciting to see. And I think that it's just a beautiful thing that, people are following women's basketball as much as they do, and they're having favorite players and they're getting the jerseys, and just to see that love, because I didn't get to see it in the bubble. And then my college season got cut short. So it's a beautiful thing. And it just keeps growing. And I'm so glad that the little girls are, they come like with the whole uniform on, and it's beautiful.
Time for two more. We'll go to Michael Matthew with the Good News Network.
Yo, what's up? Good morning, Taya.
Good morning.
So my question to you is, just tell me about the relationship that you had on and off the court with Erica, and how do you think that has impacted you with this season?
I think Erica is a great player and person on and off the court. She literally is like a big sister to everybody. She's just loving, fun, and she work hard, and she's very motivated and determined. So I think that just being around that and being around good people is a blessing, and I could learn from a lot of them, honestly. NECA, Chanae, they're business savvy. They handle their business on and off the court. I think Christy, she's got a whole coaching job in the NBA side. That's super impressive. So I mean, I've learned so much from all of them, and yeah, they're just great people on and off the court.
Last question will go to Sean Meadow with Queen Ballers Club.
Hey, Taya, just looking at some of those players that you just mentioned, branding is so big in the W right now, and it's growing, and your platform as well. What have you learned from some of those veteran players who've been in the league for years about, controlling your brand and using it to its capabilities?
Honestly, I think in women's basketball, when you are a part of things off the court, and everyone tries to like correlate it with basketball, and it has literally nothing to do with basketball. I think just learning how to like ignore people's opinions, and then handling your business on and off the court, and just being secure that like what you're doing. I think that they all have a great way of doing that, whether they have other jobs, families, jobs, whatever the case may be. Like they do it all. So just seeing that and knowing that that's possible, I think is a great example for the youth and me. And I'm super excited for what's to come. And yeah.
Thank you so much.